everybody. I, Nika Vasyani, welcome you all to learn English with Saraswati Group of Education. In the previous session, we completed with our chapter 1 textual exercises. I hope everybody must have completed the exercises in their book and textbook. Today, we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 2, in morning dew. As we know that if we study the new words beforehand, then it will be easy for us to understand the chapter. So today we are going to do the same. Okay? And in this chapter, this poem is based upon the story, the description through the eyes of a scarecrow. You know what is a scarecrow? A scarecrow is made up of all the straws, grass, and it is placed in the middle of the field to scare away the birds so that they don't come and eat the crops. Okay? So this poem is the description through the eyes of the scarecrow. How does he feel? How is the world according to him? How is the surrounding according to him? What all things does he think that other people are doing? So, let us find out the same things, but before that, we have to be ready with our new words in our mind. Okay? So, get set and start learning the new words.
Let us talk about chapter 2, In Morning Dew. Now this is our new chapter and it is a poem. And in the poem, there is something described about the scarecrow. In morning dew, the scarecrow comes to life. That is the full title of the poem. Now, as we know that if we want to learn something, then first of all we will have to go through the new words. The new words will help us to understand the things better. Right? So let us go through each and every new word and find out what is happening around. Which is the first word? The first word is spry. Spry. Spry means alert or active. If you want to use the word spry in an example sentence, then you can use it like Ria's grandmother is spry even at the age of 70. That means Ria's grandmother is very alert or active even if she is 70 years old. Okay, let us go to the next word. The next word is snuffs. Snuffs. Snuffs means puts out. If you want to use the word snuffs in an example sentence, you can use it like the evening snuffs our shadows in the darkness. That means the evening puts out our shadows in the darkness. That means we cannot watch our shadow when it is dark. Let us see the next word. The next word is dribble. Dribble. Dribble means to fall or to drip in small quantities. That means a bit by bit. If you want to use the word dribble in an example sentence, you can use it like the player dribbled the ball very well before putting it into the basket. And you know what? There is a skill in basketball sport which is known as dribbling. And here the picture is of that only. The player knows how to dribble the ball. And then only he puts it in the basket. Okay? Let us see the next word. The next word is scarecrow. Now this is the word on which our new poem is. Scarecrow. Okay? Let us see what is the meaning of scarecrow. Scarecrow means an object made to resemble a human figure, set up to scare birds away from a field where crops are growing. So, when the birds are in search of food, they hover over the fields. They fly over the fields to find out whether the crop is ready or not. So that if the crop is ready, if the crop is growing, then they will pluck the crops from the field and take it for their food. So to stop, the farmer plants this scarecrow in the field to stop the birds from taking the ready crops away. Okay, that is a scarecrow. You can see in the picture. If you want to use the word scarecrow in an example sentence, then you can use it like, Tina was amazed to see the scarecrow for the first time. Let us see the next word. The next word is porcupine. Porcupine. Porcupine is a large rodent with defensive spines or quills on the body and tail. Can you see? Its body structure is having thorns in itself to protect the animal from other big animals. Okay, so that the other animal cannot eat this animal. So to defend itself, it has thorns on its body, spines on its body, as you can see. If you want to use the word porcupine in an example sentence, you can use it like, the porcupine lives in open spaces like fields or jungle. Let us see the next word. The next word is bother. Bother. Please take care, this is not brother, it is bother. Bother means worry, disturb or upset. It is related to someone. Okay, we can relate it with some people. If you want to use the word bother in an example sentence, you can use it like, I don't like to bother my friends for petty things. That means I don't like to disturb my friends or upset my friends or worry my friends for small things. Let us see the next word. The next word is bolts. Bolts means run away suddenly. Okay? Or to hammer. If you want to use the word bolts in an example sentence, you can use it like, strong person never bolts from his fear. That means strong person never run away from his fear. Let us see the next word. The next word is wonder. Wonder. Wonder means a feeling of amazement. We feel amazed that how is it happening? That is wonder. If you want to use the word wonder in an example sentence, you can use it like, Reena wonders, how does it rain? That means Reena thinks that how does it rain? Now, we already had seen the new words which we are going to come across in the poem. Now, let us see what is there actually in the poem. Okay? Let us read the title of the poem. The title is, In Morning Dew, the Scarecrow Comes to Life. This poem, In Morning Dew, is a poem taken from The Scarecrow and the Ghost. Okay, that is a book. It is set in the world of nature. It shows the world through the eyes of a scarecrow. The poet himself spent a lot of time in villages, and that can be seen in his poetry. Now let us see what is the poet has to tell and what does the scarecrow thinks about the nature. In morning dew, the scarecrow combs his hair. Now can you just imagine the scarecrow combing his hair? In morning light, the scarecrow looks so spry. That means in morning the scarecrow has woke up and combed his hair, got ready for his work, and he is looking so active. Just think, all this is imagination. You know, he's had a good night's sleep. That means he had a very good sleep at night, and so he is looking very active in the morning. He is now in a fitter state to spy. That means now he is fit enough to spy on the birds, that no bird should come or no animal should come here in the field to get the crops. On shouting monkeys and the porcupine. See, now he is fit enough to spy on the birds and shouting monkeys and the porcupine who come in the field and take away the crop or destroy the crop for their food. He gets to see everything all the time. That means he is ready to see all the things all around and all the time. He is there only in the field to watch all the things. Except his shadow, which lazes about till the evening snuffs the fellow out. Now everything this scarecrow can see, but what he cannot see is his own shadow. Okay, it keeps on playing hide and seek with the scarecrow. He wants to see his shadow, but he can't. And till evening time they play hide and seek like that only. Whether he sees the seasons come and go is a thing you and I may never know. But busy as he is, he keeps an eye on all the bird traffic passing by. Now here it means that he sees all the seasons. Winter, monsoon, summer, all the seasons come and go. That means he is there in all the seasons. And he keeps a watch throughout all the seasons. And he is very busy. Why? Because he keeps an eye. That means he keeps watching that is there any bird stopping by our field, taking the crops or not. Okay? Because that is his duty to watch the birds. Some questions always bother him. That means some questions always disturb him or upset him. Now which questions are there? Those questions, let us see. How seasons come and go. The way the seasons to and fro. He doesn't know who's getting in. Summer, autumn or the snow. Something he should surely know. Now he is wondering. He is thinking about it, that how these seasons come and go, and how does this autumn comes, how does this winter comes, how does this summer comes. He wants to know all the things. Okay? He knows he shivers in the cold, and in the summer he will fry. Now he doesn't know that which season will come after which season. But surely he knows that he shivers in the cold. He feels so chilly in the cold season, winter season. And he knows that in summer he will be fried. That means he will become so hot. Do seasons come up from the ground? Or do they drop down from the sky? He is wondering that where does all these seasons come from? Does it come from the sky? Does it drop down from the sky? That, oh, come on, now summer has come. Oh, come on, now autumn has come. Oh, come on, now winter has come. Does it drop down from the sky like that? Or he is wondering that do seasons grow up from the ground just like these crops? So these questions keeps on bothering him. Are questions that have bothered him. As I said, these are the questions which keeps on bothering him, which keeps on wondering. Answers do not dribble in, and poor guy, he is searching for the answers, and still the answers he have not got. The answers doesn't go in his mind, that how does these seasons come and go. To keep questions out and answers in, he bolts his upper story's door. That means he keeps on banging his head, and he keeps on his hat banging to his head. That means his upper story, and he keep on searching that I want to keep out the questions and I want the answers to get into my mind. Okay? Then he wonders why on earth his head goes round in circles. After that, when he keeps on banging his head, it happens that his head goes round and round and he keeps on wondering that why on earth I have to get these answers. Why my head is going round and round? For while seasons circle round and round like oxen on a threshing floor. Now, if you must have seen on a farm somewhere, then the oxen, the male cow, has to go on and on. That means it keeps on moving on threshing floor to move the machine. Okay? So the scarecrow is also looking like that. That why do I need to get the answers of these things, of these questions? Okay, just like oxen, even my mind is also doing round and round, circle and circle. So let me find the answers to them. Okay, now here we can feel that how a scarecrow's life is. It does not have to go anywhere. It has to stand at one place and watch the field all day and night. That is his job. That once he was placed in the field, then he has to be there only, and he has to be alert enough that no birds or no animals, no monkeys, no other animals, rats and all, nobody, no porcupine, nobody should enter the field, and nobody should take away the ready crop which is of the farmer, which is of his master. So that is the feeling of the scarecrow, and that is the feeling when he is present in the nature. He is wondering about nature, that how these seasons are coming and going, why all the things are happening, and who decides that after summer winter comes or monsoon comes. Why and why? All these questions are hammering into his head. So, does these questions hammer in your head also? That how do seasons come and go? And how many seasons are there? So, not to worry, I am going to answer your such questions, but in the next lecture. For this time, you have to watch this video lecture again and be ready with all the questions for your live lecture. Okay? Whatever things are you not understanding, note them down and ask me during the live lecture. And you are going to get this vocabulary and the explanation all together in this video itself. So I suggest that you watch this video twice, that means 2 times, so that you understand everything properly. Okay?
Along with this video lecture, you are going to get a worksheet which you have to do as homework. Now in the worksheet you will find a question which is based upon the new words which we have learned today. Match the following. Okay, in part A, all the words which we have learned today will be given or will be written. And in part B, all the meanings which we have learned of the new words will be given. Now what you will have to do is, you will have to read the words carefully, identify the correct meaning and write in front of the correct word. Now this is the same type of exercise which we have done in chapter 1. So it will be easy for you this time to do that. Okay? There are two ways of doing the worksheet. Either you can take the printout of the worksheet and write the answers in the worksheet itself, or if you choose to do the worksheet or copy the worksheet in a book, you have to do it in your rough book. But take care of the spelling errors. Please do not make spelling errors. Okay? If you have any question, any confusion, you can ask me.